So let's go back to the basic obligation. What is an obligation? We refer to the provision of the Civil Code, particularly Article 1156. Obligation is a juridical necessity to give, to do, or not to do. Sa madaling sabi, pag may obligasyon ka, meron kang tungkulin, di ba, na to perform something. Ibigay ang isang bagay or not to do a certain thing. Saan ba nanggagaling yung obligation? Obligations arise from law. Example dyan, if the law requires us to perform something, di ba? Kung mandated ng law, bawal manigarilyo, bawal magtapon kahit saan. So we have an obligation to comply the law. Meron din obligations arising from contracts. Actually, yung obligations arising from contract, the basis of the contract itself is the law. May mga limitations din na pinapataw sa batas. Quasi-contracts, acts, or omissions punished by law, ito yung mga subject ng penal provisions ng batas, ng revised penal code, ordinances na may penal provision, and quasi-delicts. Our focus would be contracts, obligations arising from contract. So, what is a contract? To get the legal definition of the contract, we can refer to the provision of the Civil Code again, Article 1305. A contract is a meeting of the minds between two persons, two or more persons, whereby one binds himself with respect to the other to give something or to render some service. So yun, importante sa contract dapat na ay merong meeting of the minds. Nagkakaintindihan, nagka-agree yung mga partido. Kung walang meeting of the minds, hindi nag-agree, then there is no kontrata to speak of. The contracting parties may establish such stipulations, clauses, terms, and conditions as they may deem convenient, provided they are not contrary to law, morals, good customs, public order, or public policy. So nakalagay sa batas na pwedeng ilagay ng mga partido sa kontrata kung anong gusto nilang ilagay, subject lamang to the limitations. Going back to the three or to the stages of contract. Contract, sinasabi na merong 3 stages. Negotiation or the preparatory stage. Ito yung diniscuss ko kahapon, what are the issues, problems encountered during the negotiation phase. Ano yung nangyayari sa negotiation phase? Ito yung, dito nangyayari yung pagbigay ng proposal, counter-proposal, and the parties receiving the proposal and the counter-proposal of the other would consider each version and then eventually they can meet in the negotiating table to sort out the differences in their proposals. So negotiation, ang negotiation or preparation mabusisi kasi minsan dito natatagalan. Pero all the 3 stages of the contract are very important. I-share ko lang, sa negotiation phase kasi sometimes nagiging cause ng delay or problem pag ang partido na nag-negotiate ay hindi nag-agree on the ground rules first, di ba? Importante na once you start negotiating or you forward your proposal, importante na you agree on the ground rules, di ba? Ano yung nakalagay sa ground rules? Ano ba yung ground rules? The decorum that the parties have to observe, the frequency of the meetings, the venue, the time, ganon, in case of disagreement on a certain matter, ano yung pwedeng gawin? Yeah? Pwedeng ilagay sa ground rules na we can defer that, i-park muna, then proceed to other matters para hindi ma-delay masyado. So, very important yung ground rules. And sometimes the ground rules can also cause the delay or the problem in the negotiation. Kasi hindi magkaintindihan yung mga partido on what to agree upon on the ground rules. Birth or perfection. Dito, yung pumapasok yung ano, sa perfection of the contract, nagka-agree na yung mga partido. Di ba? And this is being symbolized by the signing of the parties in the contract, the agreement. So yung contract, hindi, alam naman natin na contract does not necessarily have to be in writing, di ba? Once, kasi yung sa basic elements ng contract, consent, object, consideration, hindi naman nakalagay doon na in writing. Although, nakalagay sa batas na when you deal with real properties, dapat in writing kasi you'll have to submit the contract itself with the proper authorities in the government. Fulfillment or consummation. Kasi hindi ibig sabihin na kung nagkapirmahan na ng kontrata, di ba? Ano na, parang the parties live happily ever after. Kasi nga, kung hindi naging maganda yung usapan during the negotiation phase, hindi nagkaintindihan, pinirmahan lang yung contract without really going through the details of the draft, ang problema ay malalaman sa during the consummation or during the fulfillment of the contract na, uy, may provision pala na hindi favorable sa amin, may provision na pag in-implement na would cause parang aggravation to one of the parties. So going back to the principles of contracts, there are a number of principles concerning contract. And ito yung iilan. Autonomy of the contracts. The contracting parties may establish such stipulations. Ito yung kanina, Article 1306. Clauses, terms, and conditions as they may deem desirable or convenient, provided they are not contrary to law, morals, good customs, public order, or public policy. Yun. Autonomy. Kung anong gusto nyo, pwede nyong ilagay. Basta tandaan lang yung limitations na nakakabit sa Article 1306. Provided not contrary to law, lalong-lalo na when parties, ARBs, enter into avas with investor companies, yung mga buyers. Kasi this is a limitation provided by law, di ba? Pag ni-review natin yung contract, eventually tapos nabasa natin na, uy, some provisions here are contrary to the provision under the CARPER. So kahit pumirma yung mga ARBs, pwedeng manalify yung kontrata. Kasi nga, may provision sa contract na contrary to the provisions of the law. Second principle, consensuality of contracts. It is indispensable in any contract that the parties dare to give their consent. So, importante yung consent ng mga party para ma-perfect yung kontrata. Mutuality of contracts. Very important also. The contract must bind both contracting parties. Its validity or compliance cannot be left to the will of one of them. So once the contract is executed, it has a binding effect on the parties. Kaya during the negotiation phase, importante na yung nagre-represent on both side dapat may full authority to bind the persons that or the group that they are representing. Kasi nga once it is signed, it has binding effect, and then the obligation would begin to arise. The fourth, obligatoriness of contracts. The contract, once perfected, has the force of law between the parties, with which they bound to comply in good faith, and neither one may without consent of the other renege therefrom. Ito ay importante din kasi kung ma-establish eventually na may breach sa obligation or there was failure to perform sa obligation, the party who committed the breach or who failed to perform the obligation can be liable for damages and the parties adversely affected ay may mga remedies din, which I will discuss later on. Relativity of contracts. Contracts take effect only between the parties, their assigns, and heirs, except in cases where the rights and obligations arising from the contract are not transmissible by their nature or by stipulation or by provision of law. An heir, however, is not liable beyond the value of the property he received from the decedent. Ito ay importante din kasi yung mga ARBs, di ba? Usually, yung mga parents yung pumapasok sa kontrata. And what happens if the parents ay namatay and they had a contract with a corporation? So, anong mangyayari doon? Yung heirs ba nila ay they would have to comply also? Would they have to step into the obligation? So, importante malaman ito ng mga heirs kasi pwedeng maging cause ng problema later on. Yung mga anak, sasabihin nila na yung tatay ko naman yung pumasok sa kontrata eh. So, we are not bound to observe and to follow the contract. Pero nakalagay sa batas na may principle on relativity of contracts. So, it's not only binding to the parties, but they are binding also to the assigns and heirs. So, once the parties die, the heirs would have to step in and perform the obligation entered into by the deceased. Pero, an heir, however, is not liable beyond the value of the property he received from the decedent. So, kung may agreement na this contract would be 10, 15 years, and meron pang natitirang 10 years, so the heirs should honor that. Kahit hindi sila yung pumirma, pero dahil nga minana nila yung obligasyon nilang na iyon sa kanilang parents. So, yun. Those are some of the principles of contracts.